Okay. Hi! Sorry for keeping you waiting so long, but honestly, the world was against me
Hello,
today.
lovely.
Hi, Goodman! The world was honestly against me. I got held up at work. Then my sister called to talk about plans for Christmas. And then I was like, oh my god, I need to start prepping for my stream in like 5 minutes. and then and then I had small technical issues with my with my model. But I am here. I'm ready. I have no idea how to play this game, so it's gonna be fun. Hi, buzzing. For a second, I thought your music wasn't playing, but then I realized my iPad volume was turned down. That moment when you think you went deaf, but it's just your volume. I had that a couple of times too. Philly, I don't know if you're still here. If yes, then hi. If not, then bye. uh, Wyvern Master, I love your name. Are wyverns just constantly asking why? Tis the season to be pulled and yanked about by the relatives. It is absolutely. Oh my god, hi Zeus! Hi Zeus, how are you? I think you played using buttons on your keyboard, but I'm not sure. It might be controlled by dance. I mean, it says press any button to start. Do you think power button would be applicable? Anyway, yeah, jokes aside. I remember seeing Sable a couple of years back. Oh my god, what are those options? Why is my resolution so bad? What the hell? All the way up. Yes. Oh, I mean, okay, let's leave it at default. They they put me straight back into early 2000s with that resolution. Oh gosh. Okay. Colors? I can change colors. High visibility, custom. Oh. Text scale. Large, extra large. I have a confession. Oh my god. Yes, I will. Tell me your sins. I stayed at home today to work remotely, wrote to my team that I won't be at the daily, and there's nothing to change it in my Jira and to just carry on. Rolled over and went back to sleep and then get up until 2 p.m. Nice. What is this? A resolution for ants? Exactly. In my defense, I still haven't recovered from my cold last week, but still, oh, me conscience. Ooh, me conscience. I get you. I get you. However, remember to treat yourself. This reminds me, like, my therapist has this great analogy, I guess. Allegory. Is that the right accent? I'm not sure. Metaphor. That's a better word that I know. That comparison, kind of like, imagine that you are driving a car, right? Your body is this car. Every once in a while, you have to stop to get some fuel, right? To get some gas. You can take, regular breaks with the reasonable intervals and get your gas, or you can push it until you are basically running on fumes. But then you will just like, oh, just to the nearest station, I'm gonna put a little bit of gas and just keep going. And you'll have to take short breaks, but more often. So it's better to give yourself like reasonable breaks instead. Because remember to take breaks, because otherwise your body will take a break for you and you won't have like any control over that. I hope it made sense. But yeah, we came here to play, and Still haven't played a game. Okay, resolution I think is great. I don't know how it's gonna be with... Oh wait, I do have a mouse here. Yes, I would like to start a new game. That doesn't sound like Chad Sigma Grindset. Oh my god, fuck Grindset. Honestly, same with the fact that I would love to stream more often, but sometimes I just need to rest. I love all of those posts on like Twitter and Tumblr with people being like, when you have a full-time job and you're also a streamer, and they're like basically like dead or just running in circles. Like, okay, I mean, I'm trying to approach it more as a hobby. I would love to stream more, but just time does not allow it. That's the me snork set. That's a me. I'm fascinated by the art style, honestly. It's weird. It looks like a comic book, but I can see that it's 3D. It's like cell shaded, but not exactly. Oh, I am Sable. Okay. That's me. Oh! She's very responsive. She? They? I'm not sure. This character is very responsive, but I also love that the animation is like... You know how, I don't know if you've heard about Into the Spider-Verse, that depending on the style of the Spider-Man, they had like a different frame rates. She has lower frame rates when she's running than when she is just, you know, hanging here. Because you can see that her arm movement is very fluid right now, but when she's running, it's not as fluid. It's so funny, but also I love it. Jump. This is so... I mean... Whee! Is there a fall damage? Time for a game I started and never really finished. Oh! And why is that, Goodman? Was it just not your vibe, or was it just like one of those things that you were playing, but then at one point were like, you forgot about it and never had the right mind? Oh, I thought there was a door here, that maybe there's a secret. If I am stuck here... Oh no, there's a door, thank God. I am one of those people that is just trying to break the game, even before I started properly playing it. Ooh, wait, should I go straight or should I go up? I want to go up. I probably had to. Oh, hello. A bird! Goodbye! Shout out to the PS1 Spider-Man we glimpsed in that one Spider-Verse thing, and also to the female symbiote Spider-Person with a K. What? I mean, I saw the thing you are talking about with Spider-Man from the PS1 game. I know that one, but female symbiote Spider-Person with a cake? Excuse me? Got distracted by different games. It happens to the best of us. Recently I was mostly distracted by The Sims. But I told you about it last time. I had thoughts about The Sims. Thoughts and opinions. And I wish Sims 2 would work on my computer. Okay, wait. Give me a second. I need to see. Do you have Windows 10? Yes, I do. Oh! 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 Thank you. uh, thank you, Buzzing. Indeed, she thick. I can help you troubleshoot it sometime, though it's getting hard and hard to get it to work. I remember last time, but I think I had it working on Windows 10 already. And I remember there being some workaround. Who is she? Exactly. Oh my god. Sorry, this threw me off a bit. So I remember like getting it to work, and I remember that there was something about the resolution that you would have to go into the like ini file and change the resolution manually in the game files, and I did that, but it didn't work. A mod to... what? I've actually sat down and properly played a Sims game. Closest I've ever was the... I've never actually sat down and properly played a Sims game. Oh my god! Closest I've played was the herbs on the DS. What is herbs on the DS? Into the Spider-Verse? More like that thickness makes my fan theory hurt. Give me a ring sometime, we'll work it out. I'll be like, I'll call Zeus and be like, hello, is this tech support from Sims 2? And Zeus will be like, have you tried turning it off and on again? Have you checked if you have the newest drivers? Will I get a survey to fill afterwards? Please, please, could we have 5 minutes of your time to fill out this survey of your customer satisfaction? The Sims Herbs was the offshoot to make The Sims hip and with... Oh my god. Were The Sims ever hip and with it? I mean, I think the only time oh, hello. Sims are hip and with it is when you have mods. I can feel Jari smiling behind her mask, just as I know she can feel the teeth bearing little grimace behind mine. I'm nervous, and she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes, I probably have very little to worry about. Do you know... Wait, I can't read today. Give me a moment. You know you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? And yet... I shrug, but any attempts to act casual are fruitless. The movement is jerky, and I don't think I've ever been more aware of my little shoulders. She laughs. I mean it. But I do know who you are. You're going to be nervous until you've started, and then you'll act like you've been doing it your whole life. Honestly, this is me. I am always nervous like before the big thing, but then like 5 minutes before, and when I'm doing the thing, I'm like, well, this is it. I can give it the best I can and hope it works, right? I remember when I had like final exams for my high school, my mom was so mad at me because basically she was more stressed than I was. Because, you know, I've been studying beforehand for weeks and weeks, and the day before and like the day off, I was like, well, I can't do anything. I can't study anything more right now. I just need to believe that what I have is enough and go for it. And look at me now. I mean, I passed those exams. I didn't fail. Remember the first time you rode a bike? You have bikes here? You wouldn't even let me put you on the seat. You were so afraid. Your hands were like little claws gripping onto me. I feel the memory in my fingers. But then I promised you it was going to be all right. I told you how much had loved riding my bike as I can't speak today, I'm sorry, as a young woman, and how wonderful the wind felt through fabric. Suddenly, there you were. You sat down. You leaned forward and put those little grasping claws on the handles, and you were off. And I remember thinking, just watching you tear over the sand. Look at her. She can do wherever she wants. Jadi reaches out and places a hand on the edge of my mask. And you can, Sable. Aw, Grandma! My grandma would do the same. She'd panic over my scholastic endeavors, and I would have to constantly I'm gonna read it as assure her that I would be fine. Also, I've never heard about the Sims herbs. It sounds like herbs. With the H. Maybe it was supposed to be, because they couldn't call it the Sims weed. I take a breath. I've changed my mind. Ass. Oh, hi, man. Hi, man. How are you doing? Merry Christmas. Assuage. Oh! Now I like that word. I want to wage some ass. Okay, I think I'm ready. I thank Jadi for the encouragement and tell her with a nod that I think I'm ready. I know you are, so let's get you started. You'll need to talk to Hilal and Driss. Driss should already have made the arrangements for your bike, and Hilal will share something. Well, let's say as useful as it is fun. So how is how is oh my god, Pillars of Eternity? Wait, is that yes, Pillars of Eternity, mad? I've been lurking in your streams, but been busy lately. All I do recently is mostly lurk in streams. I want to be more involved, but sometimes it's hard. I think I might suspect what Jadi's saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we'll see you off. What if I choose the wrong path? I ask Jadi what will become of me if I choose the wrong path. There are no wrong paths, Sable. Or right ones. I'll be glad if you choose to stay with the... Ibexi? But truth be told, I'll be glad no matter what, so long as you're happy. Whatever you decide, you do so with my blessing, so don't try using me as an excuse to come home early, eh? She knows me. Oh god, she sees right through me. Now go speak with Hilal. I'll be there to see you off. And speak to Driz as well. I've told him to arrange your bike with Sizzo, but you know how he is. I have something to give you. A compass to help you on your journey. It's the same as I used on my gliding. An artifact, you might say. I take the device in my palm. It fits naturally there, perfectly weighted and crafted. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Each component slides together with incredible, satisfying precision. Thank you. Compass. Oh! Oh, it shows me points of interest. Jadi greets me. Hello, little glider. So strange getting called that. I haven't glided yet, so that's big glider to you. I tell Jenny I'm actually a big glider. She laughs. You're right, you are. Sable, noted adult and big glider. I'll keep that in mind. Aw, that was cute. Oh, what is you? It's a post box. Hello, Sable. Unread messages, 0. Have a good day. Oh, nobody's writing to me. Maybe if I start traveling, Grandma will write to me. Hello, goat person. As I approach Hilal, they give me an enthusiastic wave. I've always appreciated Hilal's verve and vigor, and on a day like this, I'm ready to match it with a touch of nerves for balance. Sable, take this! It's a gliding stone. Hilal hands me a small round stone. As it nestles into my palm, I feel a warmth not borrowed from Hilal's hand, but emanating from within. I run my thumb over it and find it softly electric, like static on cloth. Oh, I didn't bring anything for you! Hilal gives a tinkling laugh. Oh, Sable, you can make up for it when you return someday. What I've just given you is gliding stone. What do you feel? I tell Hilal that I feel fuzziness? Connectedness? Is that a word? Connectedness? Electricity? Then you're doing it right. What you feel is that stone is openness. I look at the stone. It seems quite closed. Gliding stones are vessels for the perpetual. They suck up its power like little sponges and hold it there for you to channel. Right now it's empty or dormant and waiting for you to fill it up. I ask how. Take it to the temple ruins at the edge of the canyon. You'll be able to activate it there. Hilal claps their hand twice and bobs a little. I appreciate their good mood at a time like this. Come back to me once that's done. I want to hear all about it. As I'm about to leave, Hilal stops me. Oh, you haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? You haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? It's a bit of a trek to the temple, so go see Driss. He was meant to get that ready for you, yes? I remember Jadi's words and tell Hilal I'll go and see Driss. Okay. It's a long trek indeed. Oh, there's something red over there. Who lives in a gliding stone under the sea? I'm not sure. It'll take some time till I see you playing Hades 2. Oh, probably. Most likely until Hades 2 comes out. But honestly, also, like, the other day when I saw the announcement that there's gonna be Hades 2, I got my Nintendo Switch and I started playing Hades 1 and I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. I've had like 3 runs and I couldn't defeat Hades. And I felt so bad afterwards because I was like, hey, I used to be able to do that. What happened? What was that? What is that? That looks like a kettle? Like a glass something? Hello? Though I've told myself not to be too eager, it's all I can do not to race up to Driss. Driss is the camp manager. He's been difficult to get a hold of lately, but now I strongly suspect that he's been working on my bike in secret. Perhaps it's extra beautiful or has some custom feature. Ooh, yeah, right. No, I bet it's a piece of junk. What will its name be, I wonder? How fast will it go? Will my legs feel sore or will I get used to it? Driss turns with a bit of a start. Sable, hello. He forgot. Johnny sent me to speak with you. Did she? What about? I tell him it was about something special, and then make a leading gesture, slowly trying to be perfectly cool and confidential. But I can't do it. I'm too keen and the words spill out. I ask Driss if he might sort of, possibly maybe, have a bike for me? Your bike! He yells. It's like it's an idea he just had. Your bike! Yes, of course. Right, yes, your bike. That I was meant to... That I prepared for you because today is your... gliding, yes. Driss nods along with me. Oh, I have bad feeling about this. Yes, of course. Right, yes, I do have that. My blood runs cold. Has he forgotten? By which I mean I arranged it for you in a... Well, it's sort of a tutorial for you. Oh my god, they I mean, it is a tutorial, all right. Did you forget? I'm telling you, I didn't forget. I just made different arrangements. You see, Sable, before one can own their own bike, they must prove that they can ride a bike by taking a test ride on a different bike. I think about it and find I've never heard of that part of the gliding, but Driz does seem earnest. Sort of. So instead of worrying about your bike, I'd like you to try this bike as a test. Driz gestures to the sand cutter at his side. It's quite old and a little shabby. A tester if I've ever seen one. What's this bike's name? Driz seems scandalized. That's a bit personal, don't you think? Just sandcutter will do for now. Youngster these days, always asking questions. Now, ride the bike through the ring and back. And there's some advice for you, my young glider. Don't fall off. Wow. You could have just told me to get good. Okay, straight. Oh. Wow. Wow. That's slow. He told me to go through here, right? No. No. Ooh, this is cool. Oh! That was a rock. Let's park it where we found it. Probably bad luck. The thing it always annoys me in roguelikes are the RNG. Yeah, the RNG can be a little bit annoying, but I have to say that I actually had pretty good I had pretty good boons. It was just, I don't know, my reactions were slow. I return to Driz, who somehow manages to seem caught off guard despite knowing I was coming. Sable, congratulations! How was your first pre-glide ride? Any strange rattles? Unexplained hissing? Small fires? What do you mean fires? Surely you would notice if you were on fire, even a little bit. Was that a possibility? Well, obviously it didn't happen, so I think we're fine. Shout out to the people making the Homestuck mod for Hades. Wait, what? There is a thing like that? Don't tell me they switched the gods with Homestuck characters. Driz, is this bike dangerous? Well, he doesn't finish. Have you already been by Hilal? Yeah, am I not getting a bike? Well, you're getting the use of this sand cutter. That's something, eh? You can borrow it to run your little errands. My little errands? And Hilal's got something to show you too. Help you out with more of a mobility you're after. With my confidence in this exercise only lightly tarnished, I thank Driz very much for his help and his bike, and I depart for Hilal. But Hilal asked me to do the thing, so I guess I need to do the thing first. Anyway, give me a second, guys, because my neighbor was calling, and I don't know if, for example, she's not on fire, so I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. She's all right and not on fire, so that's good. Okay, so I guess Hilal told us to go to the temple, right? And temple was supposed to be... Where? Temple was supposed to be somewhere. There, I think? I remember... Ah! Okay, I remember... What the fuck? But I have to say, this bike is not perfect. Hilal gave me the stone and told me to charge it at a temple. And I think they said that the temple is somewhere here? Is that the temple? Also question. Okay, this is a map. But can I also see my quests? Activate gliding stone at the altar. Yes, exactly that. Am I going the right... Oh, I am going the right way, so I remember correctly. Homestuck mod for Hades! Yeah. I bet there is a home... Ah! Hi, Philly. I bet there is a... Oh my god, what is happening? Okay, I am afraid that if I continue going... using this bike like this, it will actually explode. So let me maybe leave it here. And just go up here by foot. There's a bike and there is where I'm supposed to go. Right? Oh wait, I can just climb walls? I thought I could only climb when there's like a ladder or something. Apparently I'm a skilled climber. Those plants look a little creepy. They move creepily. Ah! Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Oh, is that? Oh, wait, it's a Mothman! It's power is back. Woo! We got the power. This is... Oh my god, I have no words. His face is so beautiful. Your wings are so beautiful. Are you a Mothman? Can I climb you? I can! Oh no, this is sacrilege. Oh! Well. Good thing I wasn't standing on that. But, where's the altar? It's supposed to be there, but like, I'm gonna die. Like I said, is there like a fall damage in this game? I think I'm gonna learn soon. Ah! Okay. Maybe there is, but I don't know yet. So where to now? Maybe I was supposed to go here? I think being able to climb wherever is a little OP. Oh wait, there was a ladder. Definitely OP. I could just climb a ladder. Ugh. Oh my god, please don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Oh! That was so lucky. I almost ran out of stamina. Ooh, hello. I got 20 something. Let's keep climbing. Only one way to find out. I always love testing if there is 1, fall damage, and 2, fire damage. Like, you know, when you're playing an RPG and there's a fireplace, I'm always like, is it gonna kill me? Ah! Oh! She's so athletic. I thought we weren't gonna make it, and I was about to say, oh my god, rest in peace. But look at us. Am I even going the right way? I probably could have just went down here. Can I jump onto this? Ah! Almost. I almost made it. Okay, this is probably the way to, is this the altar? The stone thrums like the beat of a heart as I approach the altar. Am I afraid, exhilarated, or maybe it feels right? I'm exhilarated. I am ready for Rohana to know me. I am ready to know myself. I feel her curiosity in this sacred place. I know I am in her sight. Who is she? Oh! The power of disco. The power of 90s splash, like, patterns. The power of arcade place carpet. The power of string worms. Where am I? What is this? What year is this? Who's the president? Angie, you downloaded the wrong Indiana Jones movie. It's a Bollywood Indiana Jones movie. Oh my god, do you remember times when, like, wait, what was it? What was it called? Napster? Press and hold space to glide. I have superpowers now. Wow. When Napster was a thing. And, you wanted to, like, download music. So you found a file that was called, for example, I don't know, Linkin Park in the End, high quality version, something, something. And then you download it and it turned out to be, like, Italian disco. No, just me. Wee. I don't want to think how many viruses I downloaded onto my dad's computer with that. Whee! How long can I glide? Do I have like a meter? Okay, I think I will not be able to test if there is fall damage because I can wait. Oh, it was just going backwards. I think I thought I sat on it backwards. Can I get like a proper bike and not this trash? Deja vu. I have been in this place before. No, I'm gonna have deja vu when I have a better bike. I wonder if I'll be able to call my bike, because they said something about naming your bike. How would we name our bike, guys? I suspect Buzzing is gonna offer some Homestuck names. Oh wait, what is that? Creature. Put down. Creature. Hello. Umar is a man of few words, and he's nothing if not consistent. He's consistent in not speaking to anyone. Also, I didn't start procuring media for free when torrenting became... You didn't start when torrenting became big. Are you saying that you started earlier? Or are you saying that you've never ever downloaded illegally media? I have the stone. Look! I lied. When I return to Hilal, it's clear they know what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them before I've even left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? Safe, like a warm hug. I tell Hilal that I feel almost embraced by the perpetual, warm and safe in my own little bubble. They swoon. Oh, that's such a nice way of describing it. Hilal's mood doesn't darken, but he sighs when the sigh they let out holds a bit of sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling, just floating on the breeze. But I suppose it's best it fades with age, Or else I might never have come back from my gliding. I would just be out there having myself... heaving myself into chasms. I'll heave myself into chasm for you. Is that really what you do? I'm gonna do that for you. No, only when torrenting was reliable, I'll legally acquire things. Okay, I get it. Oh, but this reminds me, I remember some time ago, because one of the, I think, most popular clients for torrenting stuff was uTorrent. Although it wasn't you, I think it was... and not Lambda, but it was one of the other symbols. I don't remember its name exactly, but it's known as uTorrent. And I remember it was the most popular up until Moo. There's some cows in my chat. Anyway, and I remember some time ago there was a huge drama because apparently uTorrent was mining crypto using your machine. And I think people got very angry. And I remember reading that the creators backtracked from that. And supposedly it's safe now. However, you know, the trust is broken and I think it's not as popular as it was before. I hope I remember that story correctly. I think it was like 2 years ago. A year or 2 years ago. I tell Hilal I'll throw myself into 1,000 chasms on their behalf, and they giggle. That's what I like to hear. I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. It takes a really serious focus. Hilal laughs, even if there's a bit of regret in it. And I certainly haven't got that. Still, I suppose the gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gains and no loss, I think about that, but decide there's already too much loss on my mind to consider it much further. I'm saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is a sacrifice for another time. You're going to love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice? Try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual and independence and all of that out there, but the world's an easier place if you just put joy first. I thank Hilal for their advice and for their help and tell them I'll miss them. It'll be over before you know it. A warning and a reassurance all in one. I say goodbye to Hilal. Before I go, Hilal gestures toward the tower. It seems Sizzo wishes to see me before I leave the clan. Oh, I will for sure speak to everyone. I don't remember that, but it's still reliable for me. Oh, good. Then that's good. Any letters? No. Johnny grits me. Hello, little glider. Oh, I forgot that we've already spoke. Mew torrent. Oh, hey, I did the thing. How did you do the thing? How did you do the symbol? Because I know that you have to press something and some numbers to get special symbols. What was your gliding like? Tell you what, I'll tell you when you get back. I cross my arms in protest. Pout all you want. I don't want to spoil any surprises. She lowers her voice to a whisper. But I did meet some crystal farmers once. Crystal farmers? And that's all I'll say about that. You should get going. Crystal farmers? I don't know what that is. Oh, a person. You don't look like you have a mask. Oh, you do have a mask. Everybody has a mask. As she looks out across the landscape, Zeki's shoulders sag a little. I wonder what she's thinking about. Something on your mind? Zeki's voice is weakly incredulous. I don't know what incredulous means. Also, Bit Comet is big too. Oh, I haven't heard about that one. I don't know how she's done it. That's Ilaria over there. I follow her gaze to a little speck in the distance, which I now understand is her daughter Ilaria. Does she need help? Zeki shakes her head. No, she's fine, and I'll get her. I'm just... She shrugs. Parenting. I suppose I'll know more about that when I'm older. Maybe. Parenting. I want to speak to the child too. She probably has some interesting thing to say. Hello. Sizzo is an outclanner to the Ibexi, but I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall, and think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. Machinist? I'm told are given their posts and by their training and their code must go to where they are needed. But Sizzo has been among us so long that it's easy to forget it's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she is one of us. I think there is a perception among the other clans that the Ibexi are quite insular. I still don't know how to say it. Or that our designation of Ibexi versus outclanners suggests some nervous othering of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result... Oh my god. Machinist. Thank you, Buzzing. Imagine, kids. I can't. Oh god, I was downloading the clips that I have to make myself maybe a new intro for my channel here on Twitch, and I stumbled upon one clip when I was saying, I can't imagine being a child. And there was this long pause. It was supposed to be, I can't imagine being a child in certain circumstances that were in the game. But my brain just froze and I was like, I can't imagine being a child. Kids. As a former child, I too. Oh, it'd be like that sometimes. I'm always pleased that Sizzo did. Sable, how do you do, clan child? I can only think of one thing. Better now that I'm getting a bike. Excited for my bike. A bit worried. Am I really getting a bike? Excited for my bike. Sizzo has a throaty quality to her voice, and it rumbles through her mask when she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I am always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckle. Yes, JD told me how excited you were. Sizzo sniffs. She also told me Driss would be coming along to get your bike together, but I think he might have... I knew it. What? I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I tell her I was just clearing my throat. I don't begrudge Driss for forgetfulness. Were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I might be just as scattered. And besides, this will be good for you. I want you to scavenge the hover bike parts for yourself. Oh, am I going to make my own hover bike? Technically, shouldn't Driss do it? As a human, as a fellow human, and a former child. I mean, it's so funny because honestly, I kind of speak like that with my brother because my brother has kids, and I remember speaking to him a couple of times about like when he was telling me about certain things that were happening with his kids. And you know, I don't have kids and I couldn't speak from a perspective of a fellow parent. So I could only speak as a former child. My opinion is. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't ibex a type of buck in the desert? That would yes, I thought so too, and I was wondering if it's supposed to be like related to that. But then how should I read it? Ibexy? Do you read? Wait, you know what? You know what? Give me a second. Give me a moment.
Ibex.
Okay, Ibexy? I guess they are gonna be Ibexy from now on. Thank you, Philly, for helping me. And according to Google, they are mountain goats. So not exactly desert, but they do come from countries, many different countries, and among them Ethiopia. So thank you. So maybe desert, mountain, kind of like this setting. Okay, so technically, shouldn't Driss do it? That sounds that I'm going to make my own. I ask Sizzo if I'm expected. If I'm expected, I would say if I'm allowed to make my own hover bike. Yes, I want to make my own hover bike. Stretching. Thank you so much, Zeus. Give me a second. I'm gonna stretch. I just need to take a proper position. Oh my god, I went on a I went to the gym and I was training on Monday. And my trainer tried to kill me. She admitted it. But no, seriously. She gave me, I think it was 15 kilogram. How do you call it in English? This rod that you put weights on. I'm just gonna call it a rod. So she gave it to me, and I was doing all of the exercises with this. I was doing like deadlifts, squats, like one leg squats and such. And my ass hurt so much. My ass and my stomach. I mean, the muscles of my ass and my stomach. My glutes were hurting so badly. I have to make a fan troll with an ibex lucis. You want a goat. Okay, I was supposed to be stretching. I'm stretching. Oh. Now I realize my arms also hurt a little bit. I should remember to like stretch my wrists before streaming. I always try to remind myself, but then it comes the time when I'm supposed to start streaming, and I'm just so scatterbrained that like today I had so much things happening, and I had some scuffed things happening as well. Then I had to take care of that before I could start streaming, and I even was late. I was what, 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, but I can. I mean, I yesterday I installed again Live 2D because I wanted to. I was watching so many people doing their models and doing like cool stuff, and I was just, you know, watching some tutorials like you do in your spare time. Oh, wait. I forgot about the ASMR part of stretching. Oh, it's not. Well, that was lame. That could have been better. The audacity. Yeah. Give me a second. And GSM. Yeah, I mean, if I was ever to do ASMR, I would probably call it that, NGSMR. What was I saying? That my ass hurt? That I'm scatterbrained? I was also talking about something else. What was I talking about? Wait, maybe I should maybe I should look at my stream and just rewind it. Never mind. Roleplay, relaxation, Polish girl rambles and forgets what she was talking about. Exactly. I mean, I saw a fantastic video the other day when there was like two guys. I think it was in the UK, and they were like two workers, and one was said something in Polish that it wasn't like cursing or anything. He just spoke like a sentence in Polish, and then like another worker comes in and he switched to that perfect British English, and I was like, holy shit. Angie stretches making rumbles. Oh, that's so cute. What are you sending me? What are you sending me? Frog phone. Beautiful, honestly. How does it work? Wait. That's the sound it makes when it calls. That sounds very annoying, but also very adorable. Oh my god. I miss the see-through phone I had in our old house. I miss the see-through technology. I think it was the best. I dreamed of having, I think there was like a Game Boy Color that was see-through. I wanted it so bad. I asked Izzo if I'm expected to make my own hover bike. No, you are not going to make your hover bike. You are going to build your hover bike. What's the difference? To make suggests you are creating something, but your bike already exists. They simply haven't taken form yet. Oh, that's an interesting take. Here, take this. Sizzo hands me something. The navigator. Oh, this is a navigator. You can use it to mark waypoints on your compass. It should be useful in finding the old parts. I asked Sizzo where I might start looking. Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships, in fragments spread apart. A good start would be the ship down there near the camp. Oh, that one. Okay. You'll find another up there. Up on that great rock near the other side of the canyon. That one? No, that one! Oh, that's far away. And another behind the old dam. Okay. Oh, damn! If you want to see through electronics, you can always go to prison. Huh? You mean like going through metal detector? Or you are getting actual see-through electronics in prison? Because I thought, wait, see-through electronics? So you mean like you are scanned and you are being seen through with electronics? Is that the joke? Oh, I struggle today. I'm sorry. Oh, so inmates can't hide things in them. Oh. I didn't know that. But honestly, I think considering... no, I'm not going to touch that topic. Yeah, so I didn't know that. Use your navigator to mark that down if you need. You'll need to gather a control panel, power supply, and a calibrator. I'll be back before you know it! I tell Sizzo I'll see her soon and head off in search of the components. Together we'll create something new out of the old. Heck yeah! Oh! So she said there, and there, and here. Okay. So now I have points on my compass. Okay. Oh! What are you guys doing there? Your mask is fantastic. Hello, child. Even the child has a mask. The balloon was more fun than the person in it. Huh? Oh, this is a balloon. Oh, and you are the person from the balloon, right? I approached the cartographer. Ah, greetings, child. I saw you looking longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't she? Longingly? I clarified that I was looking curiously and that balloons aren't exactly my ideal vessel. The newcomer shrugs. Honestly, I'm starting to love the writing in this game. Fair enough. I suppose when you can ensconce yourself in a peaceful little bubble and float down the sky, the balloon loses some of its charm. But I'll accept your curiosity. I give the balloon an approving nod so that he doesn't feel too bad. Well, good to meet you and... Oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Jordan. I tell him I'm Sable. Suppose if you've come all this way to see me, it's probably a map you're after, eh, Sable? I came to see the... Do I need a map? I asked the cartographer... I mean, it's always useful to have a map. Do stag beetles like figs? I have no idea, but contextually, I assume the answer is yes. If you're leaving on your gliding, Sable, you'll definitely need a map of the Ewer at least, and I'll sell you one for only 50 cuts. To my ears, it's a fair price for a map, but too expensive for a pre-gliding glider with empty pockets. I tell Jordan I'll be back. I'll need to ask JD for some money. Farewell, child. Grandma, can you spare me some change? Grandma, give me some change. Child, how did you get here? Do you need help getting down? Stares at the balloon seductively. The balloon blushes. Oh my god, I want to add like anime blush to that balloon. I might do that offline later. Hey! Oh. What's up here? Maybe some money. I found some money. Not enough, but like probably soon I'll have enough. Do I ask Grandma for money? I tell JD that the cartographer wants 50 cuts for a map of the Ewer. I try to hedge the way I speak about this, as I'm not entirely sure whether that's too much, not enough, or precisely his value. She tells me not to worry. Here's some money to get you going on your journey. Use it mostly wisely, and then a little unwisely when the mood strikes. Oh my god, she's the best! It's good to know the value of money, but you never want to be ruled by it. I thank JD effusively and head out on my own way. Grandma's the best. She gave me money. Okay. But for real, I think I need to collect the pieces of my bike. So... there's the guy that forgot about my bike. So I'm just gonna grab the test one again and go find some pieces. Reese's pieces. Ibex camp. Let's go to the yellow one because that was the closest. Jesus. I hope this thing is not gonna explode. It does sound like it might any moment now. Granny just gave you like 1000% cash forward. Honestly, but I think... I don't want to sound too sappy, but she's just like my grandma. My grandma also, every time I visited her, she was like, oh god, do you need money? Do you need anything? Oh, grab this money. I'm like, no, grandma, I don't need any money. You need for your medicine. And she's like, no, I'm fine. Just go grab this money. And she would just stuff some in my pocket. There is nothing of use to be found in this ship, but I notice a blinking light flashing on the dashboard of the cockpit. Push the button. A voice crackles from the machinery in front of me. It sounds like a recording. It's barely audible. Stop messing about with those buttons, you absolute idiot. Sorry, Raven. Concentrate. I don't think I have to remind you how much work it was to get this far. We're almost there. All right, let's see if what that old wait, how did Buzzing said it was? Machinist told us holds up. If not, there'll be a hell to pay. I hear the sound of mechanical adjustments being made. 3 clicks. Buttons being pressed, perhaps? Okay, when I push this orange thing, pull that lever. Hard. Yes, Ramen. The sound of a click and a loud grunt before snapping sound. Oh, on Rohanna's mask. Not that hard. You've torn it out. Suddenly, the speakers are filled with static and low rumble that gradually increases its pitch. And then the sound of someone cheering. It worked! We're flying! More cheering. Is that the sound of someone dancing? Okay, let's focus. This thing is moving fast. We need to slow it down a bit. How do we do that, Ramen? Let me check the machinist. Suspiciously wealthy grandmas. I have to say, my grandma, I wouldn't say that she was wealthy, but rather she would give me the the code from her bag. I had to take care of her because she was trying to very aggressively take care of me. Honestly, she was the best. A long pause. The rumbling static sound that started playing when the ship took off is still increasing in pitch. Ramen? That lever, Toma! The one you just ripped out! We're going too fast! We're going to crash! We need to try to... The recording cuts off there. Aww. I guess their celebration was short-lived. And I haven't found any pieces. Any technology. I mean, it looks like there's plenty of technology, just not the one that I need. A child. Are you looking for a calibrator? I am immediately on guard. Saima has always been a mischief maker and taken tremendous pleasure in tormenting me. In theory, I am older, more experienced, and should be more than able to withstand it. In practice, you won't find it here. I've hidden it. You'll never find it. Never, never. A child. She never fails to get to me. You're a horrible child. Saima laughs off my irritation, but I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I cross my arms and try to effect a change. I'll give you the calibrator. I put out my hand, proud of myself for standing tall before Saima. If you give me some beetles! That's a fair trade, isn't it? Something you want for something I want. I try to decide if it's more mature to push her over and steal the calibrator or to acquiesce. But then I simply stifle a sigh and shake her a little hand. Oh, I read it as head at first, and I was, why am I shaking her head? Grandmas that just aggressive or insist on giving you nice things, like not just money, like sweets or a little present, they're just the best. Yeah, honestly, because my grandma had like she had like a lot of jewelry from her younger days. Some were valuable, some not necessarily. All of them were beautiful, and every time I was visiting, she would insist I choose and take something. Which was funny, considering I visited her almost daily. Because when I went to high school, I was basically living with my grandma. I was living in the same building, but not necessarily in the same apartment. But I was taking care of her and I was visiting every day. And every day she was like, oh, I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you something. She loved... what was the name of this show? Bold and Beautiful. And every time I was visiting her, she would give me like a rundown on what happened on the latest episode of Bold and Beautiful. I wasn't watching the show, but I just knew everything that was happening. I think there was one, what was her name? I don't remember, like a blonde lady, and she constantly had a new husband or somebody. Brooke, yeah. I remember Ridge, but I forgot the name Brooke. Bold and Beautiful, more like belongs in a... Wait, belongs in a what? Also watched it by Grandma Proxy. Can you imagine this? If we knew each other back then, it will be like we could catch up with each other and tell and talk about Bold and Beautiful while never having watched it. You needed to take like one piece of a necklace at a time. Maybe that would be like a good idea. But no, I usually told her like, oh yeah, sure, I'm gonna take it tomorrow. I'm gonna take it tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna come back, so I'm gonna take it tomorrow. And sometimes she managed to give me something, and sometimes I would be pushing it back so long that that no. Perhaps some of the adults in the camp know where I can find some beetles? Can I run over this child? That's a hard child. That's a sturdy kid. Oh my god, I'm sorry. A sturdy little... Oh my god! Oh, this is probably where I'm gonna build my thing, my hover bike. You know what? Do I ask around to catch some beetles? I'm not loving this. That's a very typical fetch quest. I could ask about catching beetles for that awful little Saima. Do you know about Saima's hiding place? I know she spends a lot of time in the cave under the camp. You could have a look down there. Just ask me a series of increasingly strange questions before I make an excuse to take my leave. What weird questions? What weird questions? A cave under the camp. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Cave under a camp. Okay, he's not gonna tell me. Where can I find a cave? Oh, I'm loving the music in this game. It's so... It reminds me of, like, music from Animal Crossing a little bit. Like, the evening music. Especially... Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to play some Animal Crossing New Leaf. You know, the one for the 3DS. I want to play that one. Because in the evening, especially if you visited, like, the island, it had this nice little tune. Oh, it was so cool. Is this the cave? I think it might be the cave. That looks like a beetle statue. Red dye! Oh, for my bike? Oh my god, red goes faster! I'm gonna have a fast bike! Okay, so they said that she's hanging here, but I don't see the thing in here. But maybe that's a hint for later. My grandma always flew back to Italy for summer, so she would leave money behind for me. My birthday is June/winter, and one time she snuck a birthday card into my jacket pocket the day we visited her before her. Cute. Oh my god, you little... Hi, hi! Oh my god, I can't see! I can't see! Sesho! Hi! Hi, hello. I remember you. I think you visited once before, but I have a light just shining on your name and I can't read it properly. How is it that Simon manages to contain so much chaos and verve in so small a form? Even now there's something troublesome being dreamed up behind that mask. I know it. You little agent of chaos. I'm gonna get your beetles. And I'm gonna shove them up your ass. Oh! 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 Ah! I have visited a few times before. I have just been busy lately. Oh, I hope you're having more time right now because I feel like everybody's been so busy. Including me. I was late to today's stream. I could ask about catching beetles. I know she spends a lot of time in cave. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there, but there's a nest of beetles just east of here. You can't just walk up to one and catch it, though. There's some seeds growing on the rocks around the nest. Drop a seed on the floor and the beetle will start eating it. Then you can sneak up and grab it. How big are those beetles? Halal quotes from a selection of obscure and lyrically mediocre Ibexi historical ballads whenever I pass by. Yeah, cool, thanks. 3 beetles. 3 beetles east. There. East from the camp. Rocks east from the camp. And they said that I need to gather some seeds. What is this red marker? Is that mine? Wait, maybe this is the marker for beetle gathering. The big square one. What is that sound? Am I gonna get eaten? I don't want to get eaten tonight. Also, the nights are very bright. Beetle? Beetle? How do I get up there? It's so high. Maybe. Maybe I should have used my bike to... Oh, what is that? That looks like a cave? Or is it like a piece of a building? Ah! It's not a cave. Is it a corridor? What is this? Ooh. This... I don't know what this is. Hey. Is this a ship? Oh, there are beetles! But I don't have any seeds. Where can I get seeds from? They said something about seeds on the rock? Wait. Gather beetles. Wait. There was lore! Child's mask! A blank-looking mask worn by old children of the dunes. Most kids customize theirs for fun, but more traditional clans frown on that sort of self-expression. Ooh. So I have children's outfit for now. But I'm not a child! I am a very serious glider person. What is that? What's that wiggling thing over there? What's that? Oh, that's music. What is that? What? Chum egg? Offered up by chums when planting themselves into the ground. Perfectly smooth and hard as a rock, these eggs seem to float with how light they are. They must be a good place to deliver. There must be a good place to deliver these. A chum egg? An interesting name. I still don't have any seeds. Maybe on the trees over here I'll find some seeds. Maybe here? Those plants? They told me to scatter. Oh! Oh, they bury. Okay. They bury themselves? Ah! Okay, no, I need those seeds, but how? Where? Is there fall damage? Not anymore, I would say, because I have floating skill. See, I can do this and I float. And I tried to test it before and I haven't died. So I think it's burrow. Okay, okay. Me and Eddie in the chat. Oh my god, don't tell me that Eddie is wiggling his his chum on stream. Oh. How are you liking the game so far? I am enjoying it. It is really beautiful. I'm really enjoying the vibe. I am a little bit lost though. And I want to have a better bike. But I was told to make my own bike. Oh. Where can I find seeds? They said something on the rocks. Which rocks? There's plenty of rocks around. What is that building? It looks like a greenhouse. Do you guys know where can I find some seeds? That was close. Yeah, you saw that I was running out of stamina. I was also thinking that, oh my god, am I gonna make it? Then you could see if there's like fall damage. Whee! I don't think there's fall damage. If there was, I don't think... Oh wait, there's another chum! I don't think there would be damage, it would be instant death. Look at them. You saying that Eddie is wiggling like that, right? In another one. But the animation is just so pretty. The animation for those eggs is just so adorable. Maybe those eggs are the things that I need? Is there another one? Because I need 3 beetles. So maybe if I find 3 of these things. Eggies. There's something there. I see. Ah! Jesus Christ. Philly, that's literally like a jump scare to me. Can you quick save? Do I have a quick save? Controls. No. I don't think. Oh my god. Noise. Noise. What? Ah, money. Nice. I accept money. I accept money. That's an acceptable sort of payment. Type of payment. Can you save it all? I can't even save myself, please. I can't even hunt the beetles. How am I supposed to save anyone if I even can't hunt a beetle? Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Ooh. Oh! Almost. God damn it! Ha! Maybe that thing? There is something. Maybe... I accept payment in cheese. Ooh, but what type of cheese? Hard cheese? Soft cheese? Cottage cheese? Or do they have different value and they represent like different things? This is nothing. This is just decoration. Parmesan, good choice. Gouda, is that how you say it? Bird. More money, nice. But I need something to get those beetles interested. How do I entice a beetle? Ha! Maybe with this? Oh! Probably with this. Oh, that was so easy, actually. Ha! A beetle grabbed. Where's... I need some other beetles. Oh, there's one. Huh! Grab it. Yeah. Okay, that's another one. Throw it. Fetch. Where did you put those beetles, though? Basically, any cheese. I'll have to taste it first, but yeah, different values for different cheeses. There's a word for that, fuck. Appraisal. I also include, but not limited to, cream cheese and cheesecakes. Oh, cream cheese. Cream cheese. Creamy goodness. I love cheesecakes. Wait, where's... Oh my god, I got so far away from the village. I actually should have used that bike. There is like a coffee place nearby that's making just the best cheesecakes. They have the one that I really love, which is like with salted caramel and pretzels. They have those tiny salty pretzels and caramel, and it's just so delicious. They also make a cheesecake with lemon curd. Also fantastic. It's so zesty, and it's so creamy and zesty at the same time. They also make like a pistachio cheesecake. They just have some ground pistachios, and it's so green. And now I'm making everyone hungry in chat. I'm sorry. Your labor will be accepted in part payment installments, 3 cheese wheels per month with weekly wages of slice of cheese of your choice. Can I have lemon and caramel? They are both delicious. There's also, they also make like a one with peanut butter and peanuts. I just love salty sweet. Wait, there's a chum! I see you! Sorry, got distracted. I saw wiggly stuff. I saw it wiggling in the horizon. You are mine, you chum. I don't know what I need them for, but this animation just warms my heart. Just like plop. Also, I will be making a lemon tart for my family for Christmas. It's not like a traditional Christmas cake in Poland, but it's one of the things that I make that my family just loves because I make sure to make it extra sour. I add more lemons than in the recipe, and they love it. They are they just say that, yeah, this is a proper lemon tart. It's supposed to taste like lemons, so on brand. Girl, I'm drooling. I'll have to bake you one when you visit. Horizon Zero Dawn, more like Horizon Wiggle Chum! Yes, exactly. My girlfriend promised me a mint tart for my birthday 1.5 years ago. Aww. You're still waiting? It'd be like that sometimes. I feel embarrassingly vindicated as I hand Saima the beetles, but rather than gloat, she hands me the calibrator and begins to cry. What have I done? You're leaving, and you'll never come back. Well, thanks to you, exactly. I'm never coming back because you're a horrible child. Let her cry it out. Fuck you, child. She blows her nose and then wipes her hand on her tunic. Yara never came back after the last gliding. Aren't you sad? You were her friend. People leave, that's their choice. Horizon meets Journey. I bet once I get my bike. I miss her too. There's been a letter here and there, but it is always to us rather than to me. I'm not bitter, but I hope not to be like that. Please don't go. I tell Saima not to worry, that I'll be back sooner, she knows, and I'm sure she pouts behind her mask. And I add that if I am not back sooner than she knows, then she'll be ready for her gliding by then, and she can come bother me herself. Promise? I say yes. Good, then I suppose I can come see you off. I thank her and say goodbye for now. Ugh. I'm gonna wreck your place. I should have looked for... Why do you have a beetle statue? Is that why you wanted beetles? Because you have a beetle cult here? Okay, I have a first part. Now I need 2 more. A control panel and a power supply. And where is my bike? I mean, it's not my bike. This a bike. Let's go for the red marker. Wait for the jiggle monsters of the dunes. Are you talking about the worm? Walk without rhythm, so you won't attract the worm. Your tribe worships ibex. Don't judge, Angie. I mean, yeah, maybe the beetle is better than goat. But like, she was horrible. Ah! God damn it. That's a steep wall. Is this where I'm supposed to go? Please don't clip through the walls. Is this? Is this? Yes. Is this a way to go? I think so. The sound design, the animations, the graphic design, the fact that I can do whatever I want. I can climb almost everywhere. I don't want to say that it feels like Breath of the Wild, because I think... Ah! Shit! Shit! Ah! Where's my camera? Where's my model? Because I think, honestly, that this game was announced before. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm misremembering. But I remember waiting for this game a couple of years before it came out. So I knew about it already. And it feels a little like Breath of the Wild, but I suspect that they were first. Remember when you were talking about your ass hurting and you were scatterbrained and forgot to stretch your wrists? I was stretching my wrists when I was talking about that. Just FYI. Is that a Reaper? A derelict Reaper? That's a supply power. Just laying there. Excuse me? Can I leave? Where's my back again? You forgot about talking about Twitch streamers doing their own model art. I was talking about that? I completely don't remember. Oh, but this reminds... I was wondering if that was ever going to come back to you. No, it didn't. But this reminds me. Wait, I remember what I wanted to say. Jesus, thank you, Philly. You jogged my memory. Because I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but I tweeted that I'm so glad to being back to doing Live 2D. Because I was watching some streamers just doing exactly their own models and their own art. And I just got inspired and I was like, oh my god, I want to do that too. And because I was spending so much time watching them doing their models, and I started watching some additional tutorials to, you know, figure some stuff out. So I went back to my model, to this model, and I decided to tweak some animations a little bit. And I could show you, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's absolutely worth it. I don't think it's worth making a big update about it. But let me quickly show you. This is my model, right? This is my full model. Let me maybe just show you exactly what I mean. These are my legs, right? Right. So, I can move my knees now. It's not big, but I can move my knees. Also, my feet go like, woo! They move a little bit more. Ah! I'm sorry, I'm just... So yeah, I spent like 2 days just messing around. Oh, I see it. I need to fix some certain things. I've messed up some animations. But never mind that. Never mind that. Wait for Eddie to wake. Yes, Eddie should be called by me showing my thighs. Yes, I was watching Sammy. And I was so envious. And also I was watching some tutorials on doing blend shapes. I need to finally figure that out, because blend shapes are basically what I could use to get like a better motion capture for my face. And that would be amazing. I would love to have that, to have like more realistic mouth movements. I mean, they are still much better than I had on my previous model, but like, you know, you can always try to get better. So yeah, now I have working knees. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's worth just giving an update. I'm not gonna make like a debut like, oh my god, look at my knees. They are bee's knees. Okay, so I have this part and there's one part left. And that is a control panel. Do you have like a dono section? Oh my god, what is that? That was a rock. Do I have a dono section? I think I have a donation button in my description. But I usually like to send people to coffee. I think I have a coffee. It's not gonna be like I think I do have alerts for coffee, but I need to check. But yeah, I think in my description there is. But now that I think about it, I don't know if I have it set up, so you might be able to give me a donation, but I'm not sure if there's gonna be an alert or something. So sorry about that. I just never thought about it. Okay, we are up here. Well, let's try going inside. Huh? What? Stop. I saw through the wall. Just checking, it's this is the season. Oh, I get it. I really appreciate that you're thinking of me that way. Being a Santa and such. The camera is doing some weird things sometimes here. Ah, wait! Ah! My nose! Ah! Jeez. Was I supposed to do that? Wait, that's not the dam. I'm not gonna flood the place, I hope. I think it is the dam, but hopefully I don't think I'm gonna flood anything. There's no water in here, it's a desert. Hiya! Good thing it's not timed. I would be just terrified of going under it if it was timed. There is some light over there. Oh damn! Ha! I'm smart. That was a puzzle and I solved it. I need to find myself another cool like a game in the same style as Moons of Madness. Oh, I got the control panel, but I want to check this place some more. Oh, that's everything. Okay, there's nothing else here. All right, cool place. Cool place. A little small, but cool nonetheless. Wait, I could have went around this dam? I didn't have to go through the dam? Ah, it was a shortcut, I guess. So yeah, I don't know what call this type of game because it's not necessarily an adventure game. Maybe it's an adventure game, but like spooky, scary from the first person perspective. I like those type of games. I hope my bike will be more manageable because this one is just going places. Or maybe that's the point of a bike, to go places. Which do you benefit most of? Donos, bits, or subs? Hmm. I think theoretically donations, because especially like through, I think through coffee are the best, because I don't think they are getting a big of a cut. Bits, I get the 100% like of bits that you are giving me, but then again I think bits cost like, you get what, 500 for like $8 or something like that. And subs, I get 50% of the value, but at least you get the emotes and no ads, so you get something from that. But yeah, if you're God, it's hard to control this thing. But in terms of like what's oh, I guess I need to go back to that lady instead. I thought I can go straight to building. Okay, I need to talk to people first. I can just unlock emotes with channel points. Oh, that's true. That's actually true. Oh, but this also reminds me, speaking of donations, I was thinking the other day, I want to first, I was thinking about doing the just chatting. Thank you. I was thinking about doing like a just chatting stream. I'm always nervous when it comes to that, because although I just keep talking all the time, I am worried that if I don't have a game to, you know, be in the background, I won't know what to talk about. And I'll just be sitting there silent. So I was thinking about, oh, but maybe I could do like funny videos. So I asked somebody to, let's say, moderate the videos, but I wanted to ask people to like send me like their recommendations of short silly videos and post them into Discord. I'll like set up a channel specifically for that, for the links over there. I won't be looking in there. I will be watching them later on stream. So I'll have like a just chatting stream and I'll be watching videos. And I was also thinking of doing a charity stream again and collect money for like a animal welfare foundation in Poland. It's a foundation that is, let's say, close to my family's heart, because we have a couple of we had a couple of dogs from them, and it's just like a collab. Collab would be also good. I want to ask Azra if she would like to collab, but I'm just too shy. I remember oh my god, sorry, I'm losing my voice again. I need to think of some maybe vocal exercises, because my voice is getting weak so fast. So I was thinking about like doing collab with Azra, but I remember us talking some time ago that she is not really interested in collabs. I don't know if she would make an exception for me. I'm gonna send that clip and I'm gonna clip and send that to them. Oh my god! No, don't tell them. But yeah, I basically had two collabs actually. I had 2 collabs with other VTubers, and they were like done so spontaneously. I was so nervous, and I didn't know that people very well, so I was afraid that it would be a mess. And I was always worried that, oh, but if they are not like in my type of, you know, presentation, what if they slip up and start doing something I'm uncomfortable with? So yeah, this is also a little bit on me, and I only feel that I could do a collab with a person I trust, and I trust Azra with my life. Oh man. No, I should just gather the courage and ask Azra. I would also love to do a collab with Okta, but the time zones are just too problematic for the two of us because Okta I think is in States and I am obviously not in States. I mean, I'm in Europe. So I think there's like 9 hours difference. I usually catch Okta streaming when I wake up in the morning. So it's usually like that. I wake up in the morning, I make myself breakfast, and I watch the end of Okta stream while eating breakfast. So I'm not sure if a collab would ever work for us unless one of us sacrifices their sleep schedule. I returned to Sizo the parts, and it's as she waves me over that I feel a pang of sadness in my chest. When will I see her again once I'm gone? Well done, Sable. Yes, this is everything we need. Are you ready to assemble a bike of your own? I'm ready. Sizzle relaxes in the workshop. It isn't that she's particularly rigid or anxious ordinarily, but there's a certain calm beauty that one truly appreciates when Sizzos is in her element. I wonder if it's this way for all machinists. Why is there a word machine? And machinist? Okay, that actually makes sense. What you must understand, Sable, is that the components you acquired, they fit together. Not by chance, not by effort, but by nature. They belong to her. Thanks, Mus, next year? Thanks, Mus? Thanks, Mus? Like Thanksgiving, Christmas? What? They have always belonged to her. Is my bike a she? All we are doing is assembling her from what she has already been. I nod and feel a soft buzzing in my ears. My brain is turning off. Among my clan, we believe that machines have names, held for ages like deep secrets, unheard by those unequipped to listen. We will find this one's name together. Oh my god. That's almost like some weird ritual. What? That's a wing? Why was I stroking the wing? That's weird. Why am I making that sound? It's a combined effort of streamers raising money for charity. Oh! That's cute. This reminds me when I was watching... I loved it when I was watching... whose was it? Iron Mouse's Sabathon. And she had... When she was sleeping, she had people, like basically making a podcast on her stream, something like that. Am I misremembering? But I thought that it was adorable that when she was resting, somebody else was like basically doing her stream. I've never done a Sabathon. I have nothing but huge respect for people who did. I can't imagine doing something like that. I don't have that type of stamina. Also, I'm worried what would happen with my dogs because I need to walk them. And I can't just stream for like 12 hours and not think about them. And they also, when they get anxious or something, they usually come to me and I need to, you know, comfort them and pat them and spend time with them. Socialize with my doggies. It's a thing Jacksepticeye started like 5 years ago. Oh, dogs require priority. Yeah. I honestly have to say, while, any holiday planning is harder when you have pets, especially like dogs, because I have a neighbor. I probably mentioned to you a couple of times already. When she leaves for a couple of days, I usually take care of her cat. I visit the cat like a couple of times a day to feed him, to have fun with him, to play with him, not to have fun with him, to play with him. That's the proper use of words, and to change his thing he poops in. Cat litter? Is that what it's called? Cat toilet. So she can leave the cat and she's off for a couple of days. But if I would want to leave for a couple of days, I need to take my dogs with me. I can't really leave them because I don't think she would walk them. Honestly, I don't think she would have the time or energy to walk both of my dogs. And while I can expect her to like visit to feed them, I think they would be so lonely. And I would probably come back to like wrecked place. once I left them alone and I left the door to my bedroom open. I had a book. It was, what's the title in English? It was a book by Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was like astrophysics for busy people or something like that. And I don't know why, but one of my dogs decided that he didn't like the cover, and he pulled the book from my nightstand, and he just wrecked the cover. The book inside is fine, but he just ate the cover. He also once pulled it's amazing. He pulled my coat from my closet. It was slightly ajar, and he pulled the coat out of my closet because I forgot that I left some of the dog snacks in my pocket. Because when I went to a walk with them, I was trying to train them to walk beside me. So I had treats in the pocket, and I left them in a coat. I left the apartment. He took out my coat and he just ripped the pocket open. They are a joy, but they are also a menace. Prioritize yourself and your pets first, but Thankmas is like a 2-week-long event. You just log on and be like, yo, donate to this charity, and just do your awesome stream. That would be also amazing to like have a couple of people and just do a one continuous stream, but in chunks. Like, oh, this is my chunk, this is Azra's chunk, this is somebody's chunk. That would be nice. But I'm not sure if I would be able to organize something like that by myself. That dog really judged a book by its cover. Yeah. But honestly, I tried to read that book, and it was, for the most part, written in a very understandable language, because it's supposed to be like a astrophysics, but for people who don't really have time to understand all of the concepts, but I don't want to say that they want to have like a surface level of understanding, but like to have something explained to them plainly. The dog bit the cover off, then actually read the book, understood the fundamentals of the universe, and left as a different canine. No, I'm sorry. There's nothing between his ears. You look into his eyes and you can see the other side of the skull. He's a wonderful dog, but he is just so stupid. Or maybe his mind was just so expanded that he reversed back. He did a full circle. Oh, sorry. Like, teaching him to sit and to give his paw was hard enough. I wanted to teach him to give his right paw and then left paw. The other dog understood the assignment. This one, I taught him how to give one paw, but he completely does not understand when I ask for the other. You shine a light in his ears and eyes glow. Exactly, exactly. He's a psychopath hiding his true intelligence. I want to say no, but he is. He is. I mean, honestly, because I adopted dogs from this foundation, from this charity. No, not exactly. That's they specialize in rescuing like animals that experience hardship. And both of my dogs are adopted from a place like that. One is from a shelter and one is from that foundation. And I adopted them both as, slightly older dogs. They weren't puppies when I adopted them. And I made a note to take those that are, I don't want to say not as attractive. But, usually when people go to a shelter to adopt a dog, they usually take younger dogs. I wanted to make sure that I took those that are not as attractive in terms of adopting a dog. So dogs that are slightly older or that have some medical history because they need more care, and I can provide that to them. So I have one dog that came to a shelter with broken pelvis, I think that's the word. They put him together, but it was known that he would need to have like a proper exercises and go to physical therapy. And yeah, we go to physical therapy every week. The other one doesn't have teeth. And is unfortunately very aggressive towards other dogs. So I need to manage him when we go on a walk. Oh, sorry, I ramble about my dogs because they are such a huge part of my life. and like most of my day just circle around the dogs. Don't make me psychoanalyze your dog like I did Roxanne. Oh, you don't have to. I already did that a little bit because the dog that I'm talking about, the stupid one, I'm sorry, he was found when he was he already didn't have most of his teeth. He was those little houses that people use for summer vacation. So he was found roaming around houses like that. I'm not saying they are abandoned, but not many people live there. And probably somebody, because unfortunately it's a thing in Poland that when people leave for vacation, they sometimes abandon their dogs. Because, it's a hassle to take dog for a vacation with you. So he was found roaming a place like that, and he probably tried to get food. He broke most of his teeth. And he probably had to fight like other dogs. That's why he's now traumatized and aggressive towards other dogs. At least that's what what's it called? I don't think a behaviorist is a word in English, but a person that specializes in animal behavior. They spent a day with me and my dogs, and they told me that he's probably he's aggressive towards other dogs because he sees them as a competition, and he's probably scared and such and such. Sorry, I didn't want to be a downer with my dog's traumatic history. That checks out. Yeah, that makes sense. We also thought at the very beginning that maybe he just wasn't socialized properly when he was a puppy. So we tried socializing him and went to a couple of dog parks. But usually it ended up being we go to a dog park. Did I say dog bark? Never mind. We go to a dog park. I put him. I release him from the leash. And he just bolts at the nearest dog, just barking furiously. And mind you, he is a small dog. He is the size of a wiener dog. He's not very big, and but he is aggressive, like a German Shepherd or something like that, pit bull. So he bolts at the nearest dog. Usually it's like a husky or something, but a husky won't let himself be, just pushed around. So he barks back at my dog. My dog is like, oh shit, this guy is serious. And then he bolts back and hides behind me. And then he stays like 90% of the visit just hidden behind me. Makes me miss my old dog who was raised by our cat. One day the cat snuck outside by opening the screen door and I caught him sitting across from the dog and they just kept chittering at each other. Oh my god, that's so cute. The funniest thing, my family used to have a wiener dog that we laughed is half cat because he loved to sit on like a backrest of the couch that my mom usually would sit at, and he would just sit at around my mom's neck, like like a fox, not a scarf, like a scarf or like a fox fur in the olden days. So he would just hang around my mom's neck. Oh, he would love to sit on the windowsills. He was able to jump so high. He could sit and look through the window. He would sit on a window and just look outside. And he loved cats. When people were visiting and bringing their cats to visit my mom, he would just chill with the cats. Eventually the cat saw I was looking at them, smacked the dog, and walked back inside the house like nothing happened. We won't speak of it ever again. Don't worry, I also had a rescue and the streets were rough and it took him 2 years to trust me. And other than my mom and I am the only human he tolerated. And with 2 alpha bitch boys in the house, my brother and dad, it really caused a rift. Oh. I remember my parents also like adopted a dog. She was already like an older dog, but she was just so lively and lovely. She was a mixed breed. Like my dogs are also like mixes of everything. She was a mixed breed. She looked a little bit like that. The tramp from Lady and the Tramp. She looked a little bit like that guy. But she was completely black and white. He was gray and she was just black and white. And I remember when we first brought her home, she didn't know how to eat from a dog bowl. And she was afraid of it, basically. If we put food in there, she would just walk around it and whine. We had to put the food around the dog bowl so she would get used to it before she could eat from it. I don't know why. Maybe she couldn't get to the bowl when she was like in the shelter or something, but she was afraid of it. So yeah, dogs, especially, like rescued ones, come with such history that you need to seriously like consider their needs and like take into account that they might come to you with a trauma, basically. Animals can also experience trauma. It's amazing. And I think especially like once you get your own pets, because I grew up in a home where we had plenty of pets, but they were like family pets. But once you get your own, I don't know, you start to see things differently. Anyway, let's build that bike because I want speed. Scissor relaxes in a workshop. It isn't that she's particularly... Aha, okay, wait, we already read that. What you must understand, Sable, is that the competence you acquire... but you already told me that. We will find a name, yeah. Oh, here, okay. Can I customize it a little bit? Can I customize it? Wait, no, I think this is it. I think this is it. But I have a red dye. Can I make it red? Red is speed. Now this is pod racing. Listen. Sizzle tilts her head a moment, leaning closer to Simon? All at once, I know the hoverbike's name. Is it Simon or is it Simon? I say it in a whisper to let Sizzo know. Simon! Well done, Sable. What does it... No! If it does, then I do not know it. Perhaps you'll find out on your journey. Sizzo shrugs mostly to herself. Or perhaps you won't, but I hardly think it matters. You are bonded all the same. I tell Simon that I am eager to know her better, and Sizzo looks quite proudly at the both of us. You are ready then for the gliding. May all the gods turn their faces from you. From me? An odd blessing, perhaps, but Sizzo is prone to such things, and I can read in her tone that it was meant quite sweetly. You must learn to listen to Simon to care for her. Seek out my fellow machinists on your travels, Sable. They will teach you the art of machine whispering. Machinist badge. Oh, and here, take this. It's a machinist badge. You'll meet plenty of my ilk on your gliding. Show them your worth and they'll give you more badges. I thank Sizzo twice for good measure and give a bow. I am ready. Heck yeah! Oh. Why is there so much just ceremony surrounding all of this? Only now can I get gliding ceremony? I just want to be off. I'm ready. I've spent like 2 days running errands. I can glide. I have my bike. I even have money from grandma. I can face everything. Oh. Was I supposed to come to you? I should speak to Jari about the final gliding ceremony. Oh, I should buy a map from cartographer. Probably that's why. Oh, whatever. Let's go to the cartographer, let's grab the map, and then let's speak to Jari. And then we'll get to the pod racing. But actually, yeah, my hoverbike does look a little bit like the pod from the racing. Hello, cartographer, give me your best maps. I want to be a cartographer too. Well, good for you. Greetings, child. I'll buy that map. Perfect. Let's trade. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, map seller, for this map. I thank Jordan for the Ewer map and all its vast possibilities. Something about this makes it feel more real. Good luck on your gliding, Sable. I still remember mine. I asked how it was. Short. I knew since I was a boy that cartography was for me, but I spent a little extra time out there just to enjoy the world. Speaking of, keep an eye out the skies. Plenty of my colleagues out there, and they'll have more maps to sell you, from Hakoa to the Sodic Waste. I thank Jordan for the tip and say goodbye. Farewell, child. Fast travel. Ooh. Nice. That's probably gonna be useful. Bro, you're literally on Tatooine. Arid sandlands, masked nomads, mechanic scrapers. You could also argue it's kind of sort of like Dune. But yeah, you're right. Those masks definitely make it more They remind me a little bit of those creatures that will selling scrap to the people on Tatooine. Wasn't I supposed to speak to you? Why don't you have a marker over your head? Grandma. I should speak to Jadi about the final gliding ceremony. You are Jadi. Yes. I return to Jadi with new lightness, and it makes the way of my departure feel heavier still. What a strange day. Sable, is that a badge you've got there? Look at me, Jadi. I'm already gliding. Sizo gave it to me. I told Jadi that Sizo gave me the badge. Then you must have earned it. Well done. I give a bow of thanks. Well, Sable, if you keep this up, you'll be headed for the mask caster in no time. I tried to think about going to a mask caster, but it seems impossibly far away. Imagine choosing what I want to be. A what? Imagine choosing what I want to be forever? I know what you're thinking, but don't worry about it. You'll get plenty of badges when you're out there, and once you've got 3 alike, you can trade it for that mask. But don't feel like your first mask is your final choice. The gliding is about freedom and exploration. I suggest you claim as many masks as you wish. Only at your final ceremony will you be asked to choose one. How will I choose one? You'll have to feel it out. But when you know, you'll know. Now. The tone of her now puts the butterflies back in my stomach. With all of this done, there's only one thing left. It's time then, isn't it? Time to walk through the face door at the Temple of Rohana. There, you'll assemble your gliding mask. And go. There are things I wish to convey to Jadi here, depths of love and gratitude, and fear and worry and hope, and though I find myself unable to speak any of it in words, I know she understands. Before you leave, child. Oh, I have trousers! I made you these. They are dyed with the traditional Ibexi maroon, and I hope provide you great comfort out in the desert. When you leave today, you will no longer be Sable clan child of the Ibexi. You'll simply be Sable, and the rest will come. But no matter what you are, no matter where your journey takes you, I will always know you. I will always love you. Aww! And I'll see you again. I hope, Grandma! I don't know where my journey will end, but I know where it must begin, and I am ready. Let's start with changing my clothes because, yeah, I look so grown up. Ooh, I have a cape! And they said I need to go through the face gate and start the gliding. Can I take my bike already? Can I take my bike? I don't think I can take my bike. Can I? I can't! God damn it! Stop it! Just give it to me! I have my bike already, but I need to use this thing. Horrible, horrible. I hope it's gonna be a completely different experience on my bike. Because they've been building up to this. I've been finding pieces, I've been assembling it myself. It even gave me its name. What was that? I think it's just a chunk. This game really does have a bit of a Journey vibe. Journey being like one of my favorite games of all time. I bought PS3 only because I wanted to play Journey. Wait, isn't this where I started? Isn't this where I came from? At the beginning? They said I should go through the face door. Is that the face door? Oh, it is! That's Tron! Oh my god, that's the old Tron! Oh wow! I mean, oh my god, you move! That's... I am 90% sure that stone statue moved. Where do I go? Just down here? And those statues look very much like the ones from the journey. I'm sorry, I don't want to be comparing two games because they all have their own merits, but I feel that there might be heavy inspiration here. Also, I'm not saying it is a bad thing because, like I said, Journey is one of my all-time favorite games, and I think it's worthy of being an inspiration. There is something about games set in the desert that just is so nice. I've never been to a desert. I've been to a beach. If that counts for something. Ah, no, I didn't want to fall. Okay, I probably need to get up somewhere. But where exactly? Is this the right way? I saw like statues of some... Oh, okay, that's the platform making this sound. There are statues of some people here. I wonder what those are. What are you holding? A jar? A Mothman! Oh! Oh, oh. Travel to Namibia and you can have both. Desert and beach? Okay, I think I need to visit each of these statues. How do I get to you, though? You seem slightly out of reach for me. Or maybe not. Okay. Yeah, okay, rest. Okay. Oh, that's the door. This is the Mothman. I love this statue. I think this is my favorite one. There's like just regular people and then there's suddenly Mothman. Across a sand dune onto the seashore. Oh, that sounds nice. Okay. So I got this one and I think I got that one. So there is that guy with a bow. So let's try going there. I think we need those 3 pieces. I don't think there's a 4th one. Is there? Yeah, I don't think there's... Yeah, because there's an entrance, Mothman, that guy. And here should be... That's the 4th corner, and that should be the thing we need. Okay, the platform is there. Ah! Okay. And an archer. Archer, Mothman, and farmer? Crystal farmer? Because I remember Grandma said something about crystal farmer, so maybe that third person is a crystal farmer. Huh? Well, that's a bit creepy. Oh wait, is that gonna be my mask? Is that me? Is that my face? I was hoping I could get a little bit of like a customization here. Well, but it's a Bexy mask, so I guess it makes sense that it's supposed to be like a goat. Look at me! I look like a weird bat! I'm cute. I'm a cute weird bat. Okay. Thank you! I give you a hug and I leave. Thank you for the mask. It's cute. I like it. But somehow I look more like a child now. I don't know why when I had a child get up, I feel I didn't look as much like a child. Maybe because all of those clothes and that mask looked small on me, but those things feel too big, and that's why I think I look even more like a child. Whee! I thought there was a marker or something. So, return to camp. I think they're... Excuse me? What happened with the bike? I left it here! God damn it, somebody stole my bike! I mean, it wasn't mine. It was borrowed. That's even worse! Somebody stole a bike that I borrowed. God damn it. I'm not sure if living on if setting up a camp on rocks like this is a good idea. Because honestly, the wind on this very open space is probably horrible. You know, Angie, I like Mint's left arm just as much as the right one. I guess I must be bisexual. Oh my god! Good one, Loomis. Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. I hope your week's been great. Logging in. Hello, Sable. JD's voice echoes strangely through the machine, yet still it warms me. Well, Sable, this is it. By the time you hear this, we'll have gone. The gliding is a journey that must begin alone.
Hi, Angie.
Hi, Loomis. There is a certain nuance lost in this transmission, and for that I'm grateful. It would be far too much to hear the cracks in her voice and not to run weepingly into her arms to stay forever. But I am ready, and so I close my eyes and listen. But though you go by yourself, you are not without friends. You are not without family. You are not without love. These things will always carry with you as you do your mask. And I know I'm not supposed to do this, but if I were you, I might go and see Utari. They are the machinist at Burnt Oak Station, and among Saizo's closest friends. Utari is a good contact to have on one's gliding, and a fine way to get another machinist badge if you're so inclined. Only a suggestion, though. As for us, I'll send another message once we return to the Ewer, so keep an eye out on the post boxes, and try not to forget us. She takes a long breath, and I forget that things as easy as breathing could ever exist. The world is waiting, Sable. Good luck. Ah! But I'm so because basically I went to the temple and they packed up and left me there. And that is a little bit sad. And did they take the bike with them? Did they take my bike? Excuse me, where's my bike? Jesus, what was that? My bike! Oh my god, Simoon! Oh look, it's so pretty! Been a little under the weather this week, but I'm bouncing back. Oh, good to hear you're bouncing back. And sorry to hear that you've been sick. How am I doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Oh my god, this is so much better than that piece of junk. Wait, what is this? This is just... Oh, wow. Very, very useful. Thank you. Running, jumping, doing some impressive adventure stuff. Hell yeah. Are we predominantly flexing, I think? Yes. Am I exploring new grounds? You mean the website? Oh, wow. But look at this. Now this is pod racing. I can't go any faster though. I'm very interested by the fact that there are boats here. This was literally a boat and it's a desert. So I suspect this probably might have been a sea floor. I've been to there. Oh my god. Wait, give me a second. I'm losing my voice. I'm just fixating on this art style. It's very web cartoon. It is a bit. Even though you can see that it's 3D, the outline and the shading, the flat colors are just fantastic. Is there anything else that I can explore in here? Wait. Remove those. Okay, so I'm here. This is the camp. This is the dam. That's the temple. That's the wreckage. No, I think... Sorry. I could check this thing. So go behind this and go around and check out this thing. But other than that, I think this is everything here. And we can leave. And you might be a detective. I mean, I have my moments, but I wouldn't call myself a detective. Sometimes I look at things and I can't put two and two together. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Wait, or maybe this is the place where I woke up at? Oh, this is the Mothman place. Okay, okay. So no, I've been here already. So, yeah. Okay, okay. Now I see. But I came here from the other side. I came here through this gate. So yeah, I've discovered and I've collected. Oh my gosh, everything that I could. So I guess it's this Argonath that we see over there that we need to pass through. And the big world awaits us. But my family must have also left through here. Oh, unless they are... Ah! Unless they are hiding from me and they actually stayed there. The end. That's the game. Oh my god. 3 hours into the game and only now we get a title card. We have nice music. Aww. That's so nice. There's a city over there. I wonder if I can get there. It seems to be very high on those rocks. Ooh! Maybe I can. Or I crash into the wall. Oh, but this music is so nice. The music is like Stranger Things and Life is Strange mashup. Oh, maybe. But it's a vibe and I love it. Okay, I am getting there. I am getting higher on my bike. But this music, I think... Oh! Look, they made it so you can't use your glider here. You have to go on your little leggy legs. Okay, okay, if you insist. I will climb this place. On foot and hands apparently as well. Hand, foot, hand, feet. There's some fire here. Oh, hello. What a lovely face. When you hydrate, please listen to the song Planet Funk, Touch the Sun, I think it's called. I am gonna listen to it after the stream because I'm worried that I might get, you know, copyright thing. But I am gonna listen to it. Is it a similar vibe as that one that we listened to right now? Can't stick around today, sadly. Wanna catch the VOD, have fun. Thank you so much, Loomis. Take care. Stay healthy. Get better. And I hope to see you again soon. Is this the right way to go? It might be. It may not. It might not. I think it was, actually. The wind tower. Well, it sure is. It's got chimes and such. Oh, look at the moon! The tower with the moon in the background is illuminated in such a cool way. Wow. It's the little things that sometimes just inspire, bring joy. I see a chest over there. What if I went to get to it. I just came here and I'm already gonna start stealing. How do I get to you? I think through the outside. Ha ha! Bouldering top, though they won't help you climb, they are hand wraps and lightweight fit for this gear are great for making scaling mountains height more comfortable. Oh! Crop top! I have a crop top! Oh my god, my girlfriend when she says, oh my god! Philly! I can't really say, but it's a Verdict's Choice. That song just reminded me of it. Oh, we'll see. Okay, that's a very, I would say, minimalistic outfit. I think it matches my pants though, so I like it. Should I try to get higher or should I try to get... Maybe let's try getting somewhere else. Oh, maybe I can get through there somehow. Oh, jeez. The wind is a bit scary here. I remember... I see a chub! Over there! See, I'm pointing with my horns. Over there, I see a chub wiggling, taunting me. Oh, it's chase the sun, not touch the sun. Okay, I'll try to remember. Okay, we're here. We're getting to the top of this building. I thought there's gonna be people here, considering that there was fire. I mean, this honestly looks like a place where somebody should be living. There's books here. Did they leave when they saw me coming? That's rude. That's rude if they did. Okay, maybe I should try getting to that higher tower? How to get there? Through here, maybe? Okay. You tried to keep me out, but I'm not easily dissuaded. Play on your phone and mute mic or something. Okay, I can do that. Give me a second. I will I will mute myself and no, you know what? I will mute the sounds of my computer and I'm gonna play it and you can see my live reaction. What was it again? Chase the Sun, Planet Funk. Interesting title. Silent reacts. Yeah, I mean, I hear it. I know you probably can hear it. But like, it has a nice beat. And yeah, I know now why you meant that it sounds similar. The vocals are slightly similar, but it also reminds me a little bit of, what is it called? Empire of the Sun? It's more upbeat, definitely. It's more upbeat. It's like if you took the music from this game and remixed it with Empire of the Sun. Oh my god, what is happening? What is this? A rock. Oh! Oh wait, I fixed something? I just removed the rock and I fixed the thing? What do I do with you though? Oh. I tried to throw that wasn't a very good throw. Oh, I just noticed it's so weird. You can see that things closer are, you know, full of color, but things that are further are just outlines. It's oh my god, it's exactly like in comic books. I mean, I wish. Oh, okay. Oh! It's fine. Oh, where is Zeus? She would very much appreciate it, I think. Also, what's that chime? Okay, let's just drop down. What are those? This looks like some sort of contraption. And this looks like some sort of temple. Okay, let's... Ah! Oh, maybe the... Oh! Oh! Mash and stop! Ooh, nice! Also, throwback to my first stream, did you ever look further into Void Train? I added it to my wish list. And I also showed it to my friends because I was like, look at this cool concept! there are monsters flying around this train! So yeah, I mean, I don't remember, is it early access or is it still in development? But, but regardless, I have it on my wish list and I have it on my radar and I am gonna play it if and when it comes out, because I am not a fan of playing games in early access. I was very excited for oh my god, Subnautica, and I bought it when it was in early access, but honestly it was so annoying when every time a new update came out, I basically had to start a game from scratch. So I had like basically first 20 minutes to half an hour of the game memorized, while, you know, I didn't know what was happening later. Should I drop down here? No, I think I came in through here. Or maybe not? Now I'm confused. This is a labyrinth. Oh no, I've been here. And then here. And I went here to get inside. I feel like there should be something else because I powered it up. And there's fire and there's... I feel like there should be people here, but maybe I came in here too early? Where is that ding coming from? It sounds like it's coming from that building, but I don't know where. Anyway, okay, never mind. Let's leave and let's go find that machinist that Grandma told us to find. Maybe then they'll ask me to do something and come back here. They'll tell me, oh, there's this old tower. There's a wind tower that we need to power up because it's been a derelict for so many years. And I'm gonna be like, oh, this tower that's already working because I already fixed it. Machinist. Am I saying it wrong? Wait, give me a second. Machinist.
Machinist.
Oh! Oh! Because I don't know why I'm using, I think, similar accent as with this one.
Machinations.
I don't know why. Machinist. Okay, not machinist. Machinist. Okay. Wait. It's full release? I thought it was an early access when I was checking it last time. Wait a minute. I have it on my wish list, but it doesn't show up in... No, it's release date to BA, so it's still like in development. Don't give me hope like that. I was sure that I can check it out already? No. Wait, let me change the jacket to the machinist. It looks cool. I like it. I need new pants though. This fits my jacket better. Ding. Where's my... Oh my god, no, don't! You don't have to pretend that you're like a roach, please. Okay, so, the quest. Ceremony? Utari the machinist. Collect more masks. Okay, let's try to find Utari. Ah! It's still doing the ding. I think it's just gonna continue doing the ding until I figure out what to do here. I'm supposed to be collecting masks. So far, I'm collecting jackets. And I remember I saw... Wait, I forgot that I saw Chum. Chum over there. I should have collected the Chum egg. Oh gosh. I wonder if I had like because I'm using mouse and keyboard. I wonder if I had like I would have a different experience if I had a controller instead. Maybe the gliding would be more pleasant. Oh look! Bones! I have a bone to pick with you. So it's sending me there, but I see some buildings over here. Maybe there's people here. Oh, maybe if I found another cartographer, I could buy... No, it's just a tower. But let's check it out nonetheless. The climbing and gliding is giving me Genshin vibes. I mean, I said earlier that this game has like a strong Breath of the Wild vibes, and I would say Genshin is basically a Breath of the Wild clone. I remember seeing like videos and screenshots of Genshin the first time, and I remember people, oh, chum! And I remember people saying that it's a basically acid flip, not even acid flip, it's just like reskin of Breath of the Wild. And here I would say it can be a little bit similar, but honestly right now I think there is like a formula right now, because I'm seeing so many games that have similar exploration. Oh, there's a balloon. There's a cartographer there. Good. Let's go. Like, I remember seeing gameplay for this new Sonic game that's not very good. And I saw the stamina meter and I was like, this is literally taken from Zelda and Genshin, because in both you have stamina in the form of the circle that just goes down, and exactly the same in Sonic, like zero creativity, like originality, never heard of her. And I don't want to be like rude, but I have to say, when I was looking at especially the early trailers for that Sonic game, I was thinking that I didn't like the contrast between like realistic surroundings and cartoony Sonic. It just, I know that there's supposed to be like in-lore explanation for that, but I also feel like this was a bit lazy. Oh my god, your princess is in another castle, and by castle I mean tower, on another rock. Oh my god, please don't fall. Oh, that was close. What is that? That's a big ship and it's glowing. Hey man! I greet the cartographer shyly, a little cowed by how alone we are up here and how intimate that sometimes feels despite it being so much a part of my gliding. She responds with what sounds like a warm smile. Hello there, glider. Thanks for taking the time to climb all the way up here. Surveying gets a little lonely sometimes, you know. I tell her I do, given how lonely I can get on the sands sometimes. You've been gliding a day. It's been your first day, and you are already talking like, oh my god, it's been a year since I saw my family last time. I hope Side Moon doesn't hear. So then, what is it you need? Gonna lurk for now. Oh my god, Philly, alright. Thanks so much for letting me know. Happy lurking. I have to say I might be probably wrapping up soon because my voice is giving up. And I am a little bit tired after today. We've started gliding. I might do a little bit of exploring, but I will probably be wrapping up soon as well. Anyway, what's worth a look nearby? She chuckles to herself. Of course, you don't think I'm standing up here for nothing, do you? Have you been to the Great Wind Tower yet? Get up there and you can see for ages. And Burnt Oak Station is close by as well. You'll never guess why it's called that. I think about it, but she goes on before I can shout my prediction. And you're a fan of insects, there's a gigantic Hercules beetle nest nearby. You know, rumor has it they can lift 100 times their own body weight. Can I help you? Can you help me? Can I buy a map? Cartographer's badge. A badge traded by cartographers. It's often quite a journey to get to them, but the views are incredible. Do I want a cartographer badge? Yeah, why not? I have a badge now. I'll stick around for that. Aw, thank you. I don't want to hold you up for anything. Okay, so I have a cartographer badge. What do I do with that? But I have a map. That's most important. Oh, that's a big place. And there, you know what? Let's get to the burnt oak. I bet that's the burnt oak. And oh, I can even see it. Okay, let's get to the burnt oak and I will save and wrap up for today. I'm not gonna be gliding there the whole time, but I just wanted to a little bit. I'm gonna call my I was just gonna fall asleep with your stream on. Aw, that's so nice. So yeah, I'm not gonna be keeping you up for too long. I need to sleep as well. I should take my dogs for a walk before that, so. And it's so cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. I don't want to go. I should teach my dogs how to use the toilet. I should teach them how to just open the door to the bathroom and do their business there in the toilet. I saw that there is like a thing for dogs, like for cats. You know, when they want to go poop. Did I get too far from you? Oh no! Oh no, I might have made a terrible mistake. I lost my bike. Oh no! Litter! Thank you! Cat litter. Oh, no. Please. Please get back to me. It was a mistake. I thought flying was cool, but you are much cooler. My bike. My bike. Please. Oh no. Oh no. I thought my bike worked like the horse from The Witcher. That I can go as far as I want. Oh no. Oh no. Please. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I be sliding. It's not gliding. Oh no. I feel so stupid now. Bike, where are you? I think I left it somewhere here. It's not answering. No, it's dead. Why aren't you answering? Jesus. Oh my god, I offended my bike because I decided to fly away by myself. She stayed here and was like, oh, now you're calling me? Well, I'm not moving. Oh, jeez. Anyway, yeah, I heard that there's like a way to teach your dogs to go just like cats do. That there's a dog litter as well. Oh gosh, sorry. Like I said, I'm losing my voice. And the water is not helping. It stopped helping a little while ago. Anyway, okay, so we are at the burnt oak. Yes. But I will be seriously wrapping up. Oh gosh, thank you. Thank you for hanging. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for music recommendations. And thank you for everything. I will be streaming tomorrow as well. Maybe I'll continue Sable. It's interesting. I want to learn more. I want to collect things and see how it goes. But for now, take care. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. And whatever time zone it is for you, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you, Zeus. I'm gonna reach out to you for the Sims 2 troubleshooting. Thanks again. Oh wait, I should probably find somebody to raid or something. I was just like, oh bye. Let me see. Is any of our friends streaming right now? Well, Azra is. Oh my god, speak of the devil! Azra is streaming. Let us raid Azra. Oh, she is a squid today. She's playing Splatoon. Ah, Azra. Oh my god, she is so beautiful. She's so talented. I hope you enjoy her stream. She's playing Splatoon. She's also like doing everything herself. Just like I made my model, she made her own as well. But she is a wizard with 3D. She basically planted the seed. I will. Although she is using the Viroid model, she's doing such amazing things with it. It's really breathtaking. But like she needs no introductions. And like I said, thank you again. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.